Welcome to Terra Juno Painting Stuff. In this video, we're going to be painting in the marshes of the Nanoose Bay estuary. We are going to be creating this 15 by 15 inch oil painting on location. I've been trying to paint this place for a long time now. It's gorgeous, but the weather is always bad. And it's always raining or just incredibly windy, which it looks like it is today. But I'm gonna just go out and scout where I could possibly set up without being too much in the wind. And then I'm going to try to paint. To get to the area where I'll be painting today, you just need to get onto the beach. And to do that, you need to cross this super safe, well-maintained little bridge. There's a barrel on the beach with a bunch of birds flying around it. I don't think that's a good sign. Not only is today exciting because it looks like I might actually get to make a painting here, but I also get to try out some new gear. This is the first time using my new Poked box. Poked, I don't know. I made this box myself so I could design it to fit my painting and traveling requirements, and I can't wait to see how it works. The second reason is that I've been trying to do an oil painting on location in the Nanoose Bay wetland area for months now, but there always seems to be a mini hurricane every time I show up. I did get to do a very quick gouache study of this location last fall, but it was very rushed and I really wanted to work in oils. I was hoping for a high tide and crystal clear water like my previous attempt, but it was so windy and the water levels were down, but I'm going to take what Nanoose Bay is willing to give me. There is a small clump of trees just above the beach before the wetland starts, and by some miracle, these trees actually block a significant portion of the wind. So I decided to set up here. Got my viewfinder, but I also realized that I forgot my paper towels. Yeah, I'm not doing so great considering how much I've been wanting to paint this place. I'm moving this big cottonwood over. For the palette, I have Grumbacher Permanent Green, Azo Green, Transparent Yellow Earth, Yellow Ochre, Terra Rosa, Burnt Sienna, Iron Violet, Ivory Black, Prussian Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Titanium White mixed with Prussian Blue, Titanium White, Fast Dry White, Titanium White with Yellow Ochre, Light Phthalo Green, Cadmium Yellow Light, Cadmium Red Medium, Alizarin Crimson, and Dioxazine Purple. I start by doing what I call a color wash, and this is the only layer that I usually put my medium in, and the reason for that is sometimes I like to leave this layer showing for texture, and the paint surface needs to be a little bit stronger than just oil paint thinned with mineral spirits. But my color wash is usually a bit darker and warmer than the color that I intend it to be, and I do this to create texture basically. You'll find it easier when you're working with oils if you start dark to light. And I don't mean the darkest darks. You generally want to leave your darkest darks for one of your last steps. That way you get an overall sense of the values in the painting before you throw those darks in, or else your painting could end up just being very dark. There she is. She's totally gonna want to come in here and snuggle now. Yeah. So with oils, you're gonna find it easier to work from darker to lighter to prevent chalky and muddy colors. These blues are a mixture of Prussian blue and black and white. with a bit of ultramarine blue in the distant mountain. I decided to leave out the barns. I just wasn't feeling them after getting the background trees in. There was a lot of variation in the color of the trees already. This mixture is Terra Rosa mixed with black, white, and yellow ochre. I like this fast dry white for creating texture with the paint. It's very thick, it's almost like a paste, and when you're working a la prima, like when you're doing a plein air painting, it's really nice for getting thick textured brush strokes in. I am going to take a little break now that I have the whole canvas covered, and I'm gonna run to the car and see if I have any napkins or paper towels in there. I usually have a stash in there because I am a messy person and I have a messy life, so I carry a lot of paper towels. Well, I did not find any paper towel, but I did find some napkins from fast food restaurants shoved in the door and some really gross emergency toilet paper. I'm using a very rough and scratchy hoghair brush. I'm making the paint strokes radiate from the center of the tree to mimic the pattern of spring growth. I'm using a mixture of black with a bit of Terra Rosa to warm up these shadow colors. This S-curve created by the mud bank was one of the things that attracted me to this scene. It looks like a mass of black when you first look at it, but there's a little bit of reflected light happening in there. Sorry for all the hat shots here. The sun was shining into my tent, so I put a hat on to protect my eyes. This tent is only about 1 meter by 1 meter at the base, and then it tapers off dramatically, so it doesn't leave a lot of room to work. It's pretty squishy in here with my chair and easel and camera, tripod, and sometimes the dog. But the tent keeps off the wind and the rain. I'm using my bamboo skewer to scratch in some little details. I love doing this to get texture and fine lines without a whole lot of work. That's kind of my mantra, I guess, when I'm plein air painting. I am trying to get texture and detail with less work. I could tinker away at this forever, but I think I'm going to call this one done. I was happy with the way my new Pocade box held up. I feel like we're going to have a long, turbulent life together. I finally got to make an oil painting of the Nanoose Bay estuary, and I think I'll have to make a few more, if the bay lets me, that is. Now that the weather is better, I'm going to quickly satisfy my curiosity. What is in this barrel? Please be treasure. Please don't be fish guts. It's empty. Must be just for like a flotation or something. Thank you so much for joining me for another plein air adventure. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you paint something beautiful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and subscribe if you want to see more.